And the other thing we're seeing, too, is guys who are friends for whatever reason, college, or they work out together, they know each other,
right.
they're finding a way to force their paths together. We saw it with Davante Adams and Derek Carr, and now we see it with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Very good friends, now teammates. Here's A.J. Brown from yesterday talking about his relationship with Jalen Hurts.
It started, he was recruiting me to Alabama, and I chose Ole Miss. But we stayed in contact this entire time. We became really close friends.
Did you guys ever talk about, like, playing together? I mean, when you were working out, it was just like a week and a half?
Oh, for sure. We were in the middle of the throwing session. Jalen said he's going to ask him to trade for me, and we was just laughing and joking. And we had no idea that this would happen. So,
what do you see in him as a quarterback?
I see a guy who is talented, believes in himself, has a strong arm, he's on time. And this is just all coming from me. This is all the times that we worked out together. You know, I think the sky's the limit for her. I'm going to go to bat for him every Sunday, you know, because he's my friend, you know. So.
It brings a new element into the relationship, and it shows a level of confidence in Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, person.
That makes me think the Eagles view him a lot differently than they did. You know, last year I thought it was, let's give him a year and see what happens. He did enough for them to say, let's give him another year and see what happens. For them to go out and get the guy he wanted, and this feels different than the Tua Tagovailoa no excuses 2022. This is, we're getting the guy you wanted to help you be the best player you can be, so we don't have to be a Baltimore Ravens run-based team. They gravitated to run-based last year because that was their best play.
Right.
Credit to Nick Sirianni for recognizing the unique composition of the players on offense. That's what he needed to do. But they obviously don't want to do that. They don't want to be one-dimensional, and they're not paying A.J. Brown all that money for him to block. Plain and simple.
No.
They're going to be throwing the ball his way. They're going to be getting the ball in his hands and letting him do his thing.
Definitely. I mean, they got a scary combination. I mean, they go into, like, well, is this the conversation of, is this the best duo of receivers in football? You could throw that in there. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. I mean, Devontae Smith's only going to get better. He was coming on strong at the end of the year. He's awesome. He's going to be a superstar. But I think we saw, and I got to talk to Nick Sirianni a little bit, you know, at the Combine, where all he did was rave about Jalen Hurts. And it was real. It wasn't like, you could tell they really believe in the person. And you could see why here. You know, he's got a personality and a way about him that, you know, the team gravitates towards. We've heard nothing but that, really, ever since he's gotten there. And now A.J. Brown, you know, on top of that, yeah, there's value in some of the stuff. You talk about intangibles, right? That's Jalen Hurts has that. And he gives a team confidence, the organization confidence, because he's confident in himself and he approaches it like such a professional that they all root for him because of that too. But at the same time, I do think it does the same thing as Tua. I do. I think it's, you know, as much as they want it to work, they can't be totally just 100%, oh, wow, he's the guy for sure. I think there's great hope. They want it. He's got a lot of the things they need and want. But this is still going to be a year where it's going to go, wait, our O-line is great. It's great. And we got a good running game. And we got a good tight end. And we got unbelievable receivers now. It's going to show itself through him one way or another here a little bit. And I do think it'll be a little bit of a telltale sign or year for him because of the things you kind of laid out.
I agree with you, but
yeah,
if they throw Jalen Hurts overboard after this year, they got a problem with A.J. Brown. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Hurts is far safer in Philly than Tua is in Miami.
Right.
Sorry, Tua and on.
Well,
I know it feels gratuitous, but it's a fair apples to apples comparison.
I get you. I totally get you. But I think that's where the year will determine it too. Now, if he throws the ball over A.J. Brown's head 25 times when he would have been open for 400 more yards, A.J. Brown might be like, "You're a good friend, but I'll see you on another team. We'll stay in touch, all right, buddy? We need a new quarterback."
Remember when you recruited me to Alabama, but I chose Mississippi? This is kind of the same thing. We can still be friends.
We're friends,
but we can't be teammates.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.